Next up, we get a promo with Relic talking about drilling a hole into Eric Young's skull and then sucking his brains out and then pulling out his heart and plucking his eyeballs out and stirring it all into a martini glass. And then they wrestle. Eric Young and Kaz taking on Relic and Black Rain. Lots of double teaming on Kaz. Eventually, when Relic sits up, Eric Young panics and bails. And Don West says, "You didn't have the stones to stay in there." So he runs to the back and leaves Kaz all alone. Kaz starts to make a comeback. He's getting ready to make a tag, but of course, Eric Young is nowhere in sight. And then superhero music plays, and a masked and caped Eric Young comes out. And Tanae's voice is going to crack as he says, "What?" Eric Young has tapped into an alter ego to beat up on Rain and Relic. It's a top rope body block, clotheslines, and so much more. And eventually, he uses his superhero strength to do a double Death Valley driver and pins Rain in 10 minutes. It gets a star and a quarter, and Wade says, "Fun storyline advancement, a bit silly, but in small doses, it's fine mid-card." Eric Young can do no wrong. That dude was fearless, was willing to do whatever it was, make an ass of himself in any regard, and somehow it always came out pretty good.
Well, two things. He has an incredible gift of comedy. It's Jeremy Borash does too, but Jeremy is a great in-ring announcer, but when he wanted to dabble in comedy, same with Eric. Eric is great at comedy, but he also, once the match starts, bell to bell is great. But that picture, folks, if you're watching the video version, you saw it. If you didn't, Eric Young had Dustin Rhodes and Relic's probably 240, both on his shoulders. Folks, that's about 400 or 500 pounds that he's walking around with in the ring. Eric, people don't realize just how strong he is. He is, Conrad, I don't know if you, I mean, EY is super strong, but great comedy. I love that. And back to the early part of the episode when I couldn't figure out who the third was. Shark Boy, Curry Man, and Super Eric.
Eric Young, yeah.
Put them in a pre-tape. There's some highly entertaining. Highly entertaining.